Hello gamers, this is Captain Clash and this is another Monster Super League tier list. This one was made by the Koreans on October the 19th, 2016, and this does have the newest Astromon on it. It actually doesn't have the event Jack-O-Little, but it does have the other new ones. It has the Jin, the Succubus, the Kura, and the Shelly. Oh, also Pebble as well. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on in this. Alright, at the top of the list you'll see the 3 5-stars, then the 4 stars underneath that, then the 3 stars underneath that, and then there are a few 2 stars underneath those. At the top, going from the left to the right, there are the different elements, so you'll see fire, water, wood, light, and dark. Okay, once again, all of the 5 stars are pretty awesome. You have the Valkyrie, the Arthur, and the Persephone, and they are all pretty good. They're all coming in at A's and S's. Okay, for those of you that have never seen a tier list before, what you're looking for are the S's. The S are the best. I do have them circled here, so make sure you look out for those because those are the best. After S's, the next best is A, then B, and then C's. C's are pretty bad. Stay away from those at all costs unless you really like the way they look, I guess, but you're kind of handicapping yourself if you do that. But whenever I make my teams, I'm looking mainly for S's and A's. If you're a new player, I can understand maybe having some B's in there, but for the veterans that have been around for a few months, you probably want to check out the S's and then some A's here and there if needed. Okay, starting with the natural 5 stars, we have Valkyrie. The fire is A, water is S, wood is S, light is S, and dark is A. So if you have a Valk, you're doing pretty good. Next we have Arthurs. We have fire coming in at an S, water S, wood S, light A+, and dark is an S. So Arthur is doing pretty good there. All of them are S's besides one, and that's still an A+, so that's pretty good. Persephone. Alright, she has always been one of the best. She has 3 in S's now and actually 2 in A's, so that's the first time that she hasn't had almost all S's, so that's kind of surprising, but you know, the game is ever changing and buffs and nerfs happen accordingly. So Persephone, fire S, water S, wood S, light A, and dark A. Okay, that covers all of the natural 5 stars. After that, we have the 4s, then 3s, and 2s. And from now on, I'm just going to point out the S's because there's a lot to go over. Okay, there are the new ones at the top there. So Jin, Succubus, and Kura at the top of this list. Let's see. Jin doesn't have any S's. Succubus doesn't have any S's. And Kura has a water S and a wood S. And you never know, since these are the newest Astromon, they might get buffed up in the next patch. So don't discredit them too early because they might be better in the future. Alright, Boltwing, Fire S. Yuki has a Water S. Jian, once again, no S's. No love for Jian. Pretty sad because she's a 4-star, never really had any awesome elements there. So Anu, Fire S-, and Dark is an S. Moving on to Leo. Leo, Wood S. Cupid, Dark S. I do have a Fire Cupid and I use them for the buff. It's like 30-something% HP for my whole team. So that's a pretty good buff there for Cupid if you have them. But for Cupid, the only S is a Dark. Alright, Victoria, Light is an S. A lot of you have Victoria from running all those dungeons. I only had the one light. I didn't take the time to do that. I probably should have because she's pretty good. Alright, Banshee has a Wood S. Wildfang, Light S. And that covers all the S's for the 4 stars. There are a few in the 3 or 2, so before you use these 3s for rebirths, make sure that you check that you don't have a really good one that you're throwing away because maybe you don't understand the abilities or you haven't really looked too hard. You know, a lot of these other games, the natural 3 stars, really aren't that great. But Monster Super League is the most free-to-play, friendly game out there with this type of like gacha RPG, so don't discredit them too quickly before you look at their stats. Water Lat is coming in at an S. I just got my first Water Lat. He is leveling up now, but I can see that he's going to be pretty useful. Miho Light. I do have 4 Dark Mihos. I don't have any Light Mihos, so that's a shame, but Light Miho is coming at an S. Next we have a Water Siren. That's been one of the staples of my team since I started. I got my Water Siren the first week, so been using her a lot. And the Light Siren coming in at an S. Mona Wood S. So that is almost it. Besides, we have one more here at the bottom, Sea Star Dark. So you can get those using rebirths now. If you don't like your 3 stars, go ahead and throw a few of them in the rebirth chamber and maybe you'll get a dark. I have one and I have her up to Kraken right now and she's doing pretty well so far. I think I have 3 defense gems on her and She is pretty tanky. Okay, that covers all of the natural 3 stars. Moving on down to the 2 stars. And once again, these are pretty much the same ones. At the 2 stars, they've been S's for quite some time. We have Ghosts. He is a light S. Next we have Kilobat. That's a light S. So those are the 2 S's for the natural 2 stars. So keep an eye out open for those. They're pretty easy to farm. You can just go and grab them pretty much whenever you want. So that's probably one of the reasons they're S's. They're useful, plus they're very, very easy to get. So you can awaken them and evolve them pretty easily. Once again, this is the newest Monster Super League tier list. It came out just, let's see, 3 days ago. And I'm sure there's going to be a new one up next week. Things are always ever changing. Some ideas change as well. So I don't know. I think it's a pretty good list. There are going to be some things that I'm like, why is this like this? Or why isn't this this? So it's not a perfect list by any means, but it'll point you in the right direction. Do you think anything is too high or too low on this list? Let me know down in the comment section below. Well, this has been Captain Clash. I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day and happy gaming.